Let's get one thing straight up front. Nobody survives being Batman, not for long anyway. No, I don't just mean in the sense of the hero's journey is full of pain. I mean in the literal physical sense. If you're Bruce Wayne, billionaire, genius, playboy, philanthropist, the odds are overwhelmingly stacked against you. The Batman myth sells us the idea that relentless human willpower can overcome anything. But in Gotham, reality comes with a catch, and it's far harsher than most caped crusaders are willing to admit. Let's run through the checklist. First, there's the physical toll. Batman doesn't have superpowers. He's flesh and bone. He just pushes those limits to an extreme. He trains at the level of Olympic athletes, martial artists, detectives, escape artists, and more. But no matter how perfect your fitness regime or how pristine your gadgets, the nightly mix of gunfire, chemical gas, rooftop dives, and hand-to-hand combat doesn't just lead to bruises. Think cracked ribs, concussions, ligament tears, gunshots, lacerations, and let's not forget tactual bullet wounds. Even for Bruce Wayne's bottomless bank account and a personal physician on call, the sheer accumulation of trauma breaks down the human body. Olympic careers last a few years. Batman's has to stretch across decades, night after night. Smashed kneecaps don't grow back. Those punches you shrug off on crime alleys. They catch up. Then, there's the sleep, or more accurately, the lack of it. In theory, Bruce Wayne never rests. Nights are for patrol. Afternoons for detective work. Daylight hours for boardroom meetings. That's every time zone of exhaustion, with a bonus round for physical pain. The medical term for this is catastrophic sleep deprivation, and studies show prolonged loss of rest leads to immune failure, cardiac arrest, and most ironically extreme psychological instability, and that brings us directly to the mind. Batman is often described as being on the edge. He's haunted, driven by the murder of his parents. He bears every trauma Gotham throws at him, including the countless deaths he failed to prevent. Clinical psychologists have a term for this: too complex PTSD. Batman's mind is a storm of guilt, rage, and obsession. The idea that he can separate Bruce Wayne from Batman is just a myth. The lines always blur. For every scarecrow toxin, fear gas, and Joker trap, there's a corresponding real-world diagnosis: severe anxiety, paranoia, insomnia, and depression. The cowl becomes both armor and prison, and let's not overlook the social cost. Bruce Wayne, in theory, must keep his two worlds perfectly isolated. He can't reveal his identity to friends, no matter how close. He lies to colleagues, lovers, and Alfred, his surrogate father and most trusted accomplice, placing them all at risk. The emotional strain of a double life breeds isolation, loneliness, and intense psychological fatigue. But what if you think you can get help? Let's say you want to pass the torch to a new Batman or a Robin, a Nightwing, a Batgirl. Well, there's more bad news. Being Batman is contagious and not in a good way. Nearly everyone who steps into the role ends up broken, dead, or both. Jason Todd murdered. Barbara Gordon paralyzed. Even D. Grayson, the best-case scenario, winds up estranged and traumatized. So let's address the question directly. Could someone survive being Batman? Not for long. Forensics experts have weighed in. Trauma specialists have issued diagnoses. Even military veterans admit no living person could withstand Batman's nightly schedule, injury count, or psychological crush. Even with the world's best trainers, most expensive gear, and Alfred's unwavering support, the body just isn't built for this. All of this happens before you even consider the odds of getting shot in year one. Gotham's rogues gallery isn't made up of pickpockets. It's a parade of the criminally insane with access to military-grade weapons, fear toxins, and literal death traps. All it takes is one unlucky night, random bullet, an unlucky slip, an unforeseen double-cross, and that's it. Even Batman can't plan for every contingency. So why, then, does Batman endure in our imaginations? It's not because he's survivable. It's because he represents the ultimate test. Human will against a world that never stops pushing back. He fights not because he thinks he'll win forever, but because the fight itself is worth it. But make no mistake, being Batman would break or outright kill any real person. The myth is meant to inspire, but in reality, the bat signal is a warning. For anyone who dons the cowl, hope and determination face off against time and trauma, and time always wins. So the next time you see Batman standing over Gotham, just know the truth. Behind the cowl is a man driving himself past every limit, but no one ever survives being Batman.